So let's actually keep pushing our luck. Go outside. We can, of course, rest. We will do so probably before we leave the area. We want to get back to base, of course, but we still have to talk to the witch. We still have to talk to the wizard. We still have to go inside here and clean house. So let's actually, while we still have buffs on us, swing inside here. Spoiler alert, actually no, it's already empty. We killed the one guy off, so there's nothing actually in here. That doesn't mean there's not treasure in here. It seems this now broken door was too complicated for trolls to open properly. This is the area I was telling you about the last couple times we come into this area, where there's bad guys here, bad guys all up on the ramparts. So we can either climb these stairs or go the long way. I'm preferring to go the long way, just to make sure there's not like some kind of hidden treasure in every nook and cranny. Now, we have, I believe, hammer, tongs. I'm missing something. I'm missing an apron. Maybe it's up here. Maybe it's back home. I don't think it is.
I'll go ahead.
Kick ass, go this way. Yeah, find that apron. We get all those things, and that completes a quest. Or not quest, a storytelling thing, right? Oh, maybe it's over here. Ring.
You can thank me now.
Nope, but we'll take it.
Let's head out.
Quick save. And again, if you were here before taking out Tartuk and Hargulka, there'd be guys all up here throwing stuff down at you, spearing you, and all that kind of other shit. So again, annoying little fleas. And now last time I actually missed this trap, so I'm actually pretty happy that we found it this time. This, for those of you that don't know, is an acid fog trap. So we quick saved it so that we can get a little XP from it.
Child's play.
Nice. Not more than a little. Holy hell. Ooh, and I like that too. That was a Dwarven Helm Shard, which I think that gives us all our shard pieces, and the Heart of Valor. Heart of Valor. This is a upgrade to what I'm wearing right now. Notice that, info-wise, max dexterity 5. And why? Because it's mithril. Instead of being +3 to your max dexterity, remember I'm at +4 right now, I can actually get a maximum bonus of +5. So again, I can get my full +4. Here's my point. So I'm going to go up and go up again. So not only is this level 8 versus level 7 armor, but I'll even get more dexterity. Well, no, I take that back. The hide is still max dexterity 4. But it will go up a point each. And if I get some better gear where my dexterity goes up another 2 points, I'll be able to benefit from it. Unlike that with this hide armor 3. Having said that, is this better armor for him? Yes. Notice how the touch went up from 14 to 15. The armor class went up as well. Scale armor 2. He's fine with his Bombardier's vest. He's rocking way better armor than that, so is she. Okay, so I feel good about this. I still feel like we missed something, but maybe it's in the treasure that I already dropped. So let's bounce out of here. And we shall see. Now we can pack out stuff as much as we want, because I don't think this actually closes. So what we're going to do is we're going to walk here, go to the exit, pick up everything. It won't let us leave because it'll be too heavy. And then we'll just selectively exit or stop here and then drop stuff at our feet. And then we'll bounce out of here. Okay? So just to speed up the process a little bit is what I'm basically saying. Otherwise I have to like manually go through and click through everything. It's really just annoying. We just grab what we want and then drop the heaviest stuff that's worth the least amount of money. That's just the best way to do things. One for one trade. Dropping that. I did pick up a good extra shield for you, didn't I? Yeah. Just want to make sure that he has a backup for when I need to switch over to the damage weapon versus the one that allows him to be resistant to paralysis effects. Braces of armor class +3. No one here can use that. Well, they can use it, but they don't need to. Charisma, no one needs that. Chainmail. Chainmail, that's an 8, and that is a 7. Ooh. No, he didn't miss out on this dexterity. She can't use it, he can't use it, he doesn't want to use it. Yeah, because he got the half plate. Okay, So let's just sell material. And this is the heart of the animal, by the way. We managed to get a lot of the skull pieces here, the Dwarven Helm shards. We got a decent amount of the Shard of Knight bracers. Back home, not here, obviously. We got 1, 2, 3. I swear I'm missing an apron. Hopefully it's back home, or I'm going to have to come back and search for it. I'm going to get rid of this, even though it's worth a decent penny. Same with these, because they're heavy. And I got more than that. I'm going to get rid of these guys. They're worth more than a gold per pound, but not much more. And again, if I'm light, we'll zip around a lot faster. 83% versus the 67%, or whatever the hell it was over here, and we don't fatigue in 8 hours, we fatigue in 13. It's not amazing, I'll grant you, but all the masterwork stuff we're keeping and selling, of course, and the masterwork stuff, just so we're clear, if you want to think of it this way, why are you taking all this stuff? Each one of these is worth more than 1 BP. Just barely, but 1 BP at least for each of these things that we're selling. So we'll have a lot of BP when we go back home. That's our goal. These things are heavy, but they're worth a decent chunk of money too. So for 50 pounds, I'll take 150 gold. That's 3 times. And the same, of course, with, the magic items. This is, of course, our Blessed Path armor that we're definitely selling. That's for, like, a paladin or a good character that can wear full plate and benefit from the wisdom and charisma. It's nice, but we're not a paladin, and no one else on the team is going to be wearing that. I could keep it for myself, but I'll find better gear than that later on. So, bounce out of here. Leave. Where are we going from here? We gotta go to the witch. We need to take back the whip. How much time do we got on the clock? What day is it?
With the troll menace ended, all our woes were in the past, and there was nothing left endangering our young barony. As if the true hardships were yet to come.
So that's the end of Troll Trouble. Now, I don't know if that's the end of Chapter 2 or Chapter 3 or whatever we were at, but I know we still got plenty of stuff to do, and if you go to your curse part 2, we still have plenty of time before the next curse comes around. So this is our chance to complete side quests, to get geared up, to level up, to explore, to get more property. Because remember, we only have 2 pieces of barony right now. We have our main base, and then we've took over Oleg's area up here, which is Trade Guard. So we've taken up the outskirts. So we still have the option to grab right now the land down below us, which is where we're at right now, the South Gnarl Marches, I believe. Or no, I think that was it. Yeah. Or the Canelands. Maybe it was the Canelands, but I don't think so. Point is, though, we still have one more piece of territory we can get, but it takes like 400 BP to grab it. And that's going to make us really poor really fast, and I don't want to grow too big too quickly, if you understand. So we're going to be careful. We're going to do our little side quest stuff. You see, it's sort of halfway through the month. Wrong direction, guy. Oh, okay, that works. We're not going to do the Hodag layer. That's something we can come back for later. I'm not worried about that. We're entering the Swamp Witch's hut area because we actually have not really explored here very much at all. I didn't even realize this until earlier today. We're still not going to. But I'm going to do all the stuff that I did earlier. So, see if I can show that to you. We came down to here. Remember, we found out that this guy needs the 2 coins for his eyes. We've checked out the corpse over here, if I'm not mistaken. We haven't even seen the well. The Spectre Ghost Dad over here. There's a big ass side tree. There's a quest that we can grab up there. We didn't do any of that stuff today either, so I'm not going to do it right now. I am going to pick up that. That's over here though. So it's a random thing, like herbs, I think. Yeah. Yep. And just to open up the map a little bit, because there are bad guys all around us still in this area.
I'll go ahead.
Now, we have not even talked to the lady here, but you'll recall the reason we actually did come here in the first place was I assumed that I had already made friends with the witch, or what I assumed is the witch. But we have a lost child, and she's suggesting that there's an evil witch that lives in the swamp. This is the area. So literally, this is the place to see if the kid's here. So you click on the little door. This house differs from the others. It's the only one that looks habitable. A low, almost defeated fence rings it. Smoke rises from the chimney, and you can smell what could be a stew, heavily spiced. Even glass windows adorned with drapes are intact. A small dented brass bell hangs near the front gate, and a well-swept path leads from the gate to the door of the house. Along the side of the house lies a garden. Vegetables, it seems, and in the middle of the garden you see a scarecrow with black stones for eyes and a wicked grin stitched on its burlap face. Detect magic on the gate. The gate and the bell bear a simple enchantment that alerts the caster, presumably the owner of the house, about uninvited guests. Detect magic. That scarecrow looks like it might be trouble. The scarecrow aura is strong, almost like a lightning flash to your senses. It is not a bundle of sticks and rags. It's a dangerous ward to protect the home from trespassers. Anyone here? No matter how loud you shout, no one answers. Now we can use a dexterity check, and Ekin can do this. It will be a little bit of XP. I've done both. That versus ring the bell. Opening the gate and entering is a bad idea. But I think earlier today I did both of these just to see what they would do. I think I rang the bell because if you have the potential of just ringing the bell for the being nice to the lady, why not do that? Is my logic. Gate opens up. Out comes the witch. What an everlasting damnation! After a few moments, the door creaks open and an old woman with a tangle of gray hair and greenish skin steps out. Now you can come out and talk to her. The old beldam. So, what in damnation are you doing here? The old woman squints at you with disapproval. Her hair is a tangle of gray and her wrinkled skin is an unusual shade of green. Both her eyebrows and ears tapered to points. I'm looking for who are you? Let's be nice first. Me, I'm just a harmless old woman hoping for some peace and quiet. The old beldam. They called me, and that's fine. Been called worse in my life. Why are you asking? What fool's errand brings you all the way out here? I'm looking for a lost child. Have you seen him by chance? A boy? What would I do with a brat? Pickle him in a jar? That's rich. She gives a rattling laugh. Where's it written if an old woman likes a little peace and quiet, she must be a child-stealing witch? Who knows what could have snatched up a child? Maybe half he's been eaten by goblins or lured to the swamp by the wandering lights. Or maybe his poor sobbing mother with all her false tears strangled him in his sleep, then put him to bed with a shovel somewhere deep in the forest, and now looks for someone to mantle the blame. Go to her, squeeze answers from her. Make her tell you where her whelp is, but don't be bothering me. I'm going to fail the perception check. I want to do that over, guys. I got the perception check last time, and it was actually pretty damn funny. Okay. Okay. That one. There you go. Save it this time before we go talk to her. Oop. Succeed at perception check. She's shaking with indignation. She's a proud woman. You can tell that easily. And the fact she's breaking composure makes you sure she's telling the truth. That's why that was important. Who are you? And she tells you that stuff. Got a question for you. Just look at her. She's got a question. Her lips curl in a sneer. What makes you think I've any answers for one such as you, scrabbling at my door like a beggar? Have you done anything good for me recently? You've nothing for me, and you're nothing to me. How can I help you, good woman? Well, now we're talking. Much better than poking around where you don't belong, nattering on like a fool. Here, look. She pulls a black, oddly wrinkled mushroom from a bag on her belt. There's an odd smell about it that makes your eyes tear up. This is a black rattlecap. The spore pouch inside, the best thing for the lungs and the skin. Me, I use them for tea. They're rare, though, but they grow thickest at the mud bowl east of here. Get me at least 10. Yes, 10, then we'll talk. Show the herb you found at the swamp. This seems to be an unusual herb. Can you tell me what it is? She takes the herb between her bony fingers, sniffs it, then gives you an approving nod. You've got a good eye. The herb is useful, but not by itself. Look here. She shows you 3 different herbs. This one's mudleaf. That there is gloomberry, and that's the dizzy head. One guess what it does. If you can find 3 bundles of each, bring them to me. Farewell. So now that's another quest. Good riddance. She pissed me off, so I'm going to steal from her now. I did this earlier too. So that gave you 2 different quests. One, you need to go back to the mother and tell her she's a lying biatch and say the old lady didn't have the kid, and you believe her.
The path is clear.
And then the other quest, actually 2 more quests. We have one to get those 3 bundles of each of those types of herbs that she's talked about, which can be found on this map, by the way. And they're hard to get, though. And the other one for the 10 of those mushroom caps that were in the mud bowl. So that was the 2 quests that we picked up here. from here...
I spotted something.
Yeah. Let's see, I knew I found something.
You can thank me now.
And we checked out the houses enough to see that the houses were dilapidated. Didn't get too crazy into it. And I'm fairly certain there's monsters up here, so I don't want to go that way. Not that we couldn't handle them, I'm just saying, well, not right now, actually, because we're actually kind of wounded. But I just want to show you roughly what I saw last time I came through the area. Got about as far as this other house, and then I saw movement, and I stopped, and I saw a specter, and I said, the hell I will, and bounced out of here. And just so we're clear, nothing over here to worry about with puppies. They're still a problem, and we're not in any shape to take them on. But over here also is the well, just so you know what we're talking about. The well has multiple floating skull bastards to dilly dink around with, and they straight up mean. Now we have, I believe, gone over here already and found the body. That's the girl that's missing. Not missing. So there's a love triangle in this town. There's the bad guy here, the ghoul. He's the one that needs the 2 coins for his eyes. And the coins are in the well, by the way. There's the girl here who's dead. It was supposed to be his wife. That's her dad over here is the Spectre, and we'll talk to him next time we come back. But then there's the tree, which was the evil fae that, well, evil now, wasn't evil at the time, that tried to marry her. And he caused a curse, she caused a curse, she got cursed, she died, he got cursed, and then dad got cursed into Spectre form. Basically, everyone got screwed. It's just more of the same in this area. You just don't want to make curses lightly. So we're going to bounce out of here. Let's go to the wizard and hand him back his whip. Right? I missed that last time, so that's going to be slightly different for me. But it's on the way, and I don't mind. Notice we have Lizard Folk Village still to deal with, Candlemere Tower, Mud Bowl's now here and available.
A rest would be welcome.
Yeah, give me one more second. Alright, now we will. And we got to make sure everyone's where they need to be. Feel good about that. Not that we have any rations to use, but give it a go, kid.
Jubilost, why are you so arrogant? Our party has a commander, and it's not you.
Because there's more knowledge in my head than in all of yours combined. Of course I do as our leader said, but don't expect me to keep my opinions to myself about what we should do.
I don't mind a man with an opinion. You're doing a good job, buddy. Hey, we even got our hearty meal. Look at us kicking ass. Alright, Lone House. Travel, travel, travel. We're getting close to the middle of the month. Well, past the middle of the month. Which means we will not be able to do our upgrade. For those of you that are wondering what that means is, every time you upgrade one of your advisors, it's a 14-day event. Unless they've changed that. It's always been 2 weeks. And it burns 14 days. Like you stand there burning up those 14 days. Having said that, that's not that big of a deal. We have plenty of downtime right now. Remember, our curse isn't here for like another 100+ days. So we're actually fine for doing that. The downside is the time of the month that you're going to do it. So here's the problem. Problems and opportunities arise throughout the month. And in many cases, some of those problems are solve them now. Like in the next 2 days. If I'm burning 14 days up and I don't have the option of stopping what I'm doing to go check out that opportunity, I could be shooting myself in the foot. And that's why we don't do that. As long as you're not doing it within the time period of the end of the month, leading up to that first of the month, or going past the first of the month, then you're probably fine. Why do I say that? Because again, if it burns up 14 days and let's say you have 3 more days before the end of the month, that gives you time to put an advisor on a problem. Remember, they don't have to be solved by the first of the month. They just have to be someone looking into it by the first of the month.
I'll go ahead.
Hey bro, guess what? Bartholomew Delgado. Bartholomew has managed to clean up the mess after the troll attack in his laboratory. The wizard is packing his items, books, vials, manacles, and needles, carefully wrapping his things in cloth before placing them in crates. He turns as he notices you approach. Oh, your grace. Oh, how good to see you alive and well. Let me congratulate you on yet another brilliant victory. Would you perhaps permit me one small request? I sense that you've recovered something of mine. Bartholomew's voice trembles with excitement. Yeah, return the whip. Here it is. Take it. It's kind of creepy. The wizard snatches the whip from your hands and stops just short of kissing it. Dude, it's unharmed. Excellent, excellent. He carefully coils his treasure, wraps it in a clean cloth, and bundles the package with a crisscross cord. You have my eternal gratitude. Bartholomew places a bag of coins in your hand. Hey, I'll take money. You can't imagine what that thing means to me. Got a lot of XP though for it. Black whip. Packing? Are you leaving us soon? Yes, Your Grace. It's become too dangerous to stay here, even with your protection. I'll have to find someplace safe and quiet. Visor, huh? Let's just do the other one. Now, could I persuade you to stay? I could use someone familiar with magic. Bartholomew's brow wrinkles and he whispers some calculations under his breath, then smiles. I may regret this later, but come what may, I'll stay. You've shown yourself a strong and generous ruler, as well as open-minded. I suppose we may yet be useful to one another. All right. See what he has to sell. Anything that I can deal. First off, we're going to get rid of the garbage. And is there anything in here I wanted to keep? Remember, check for those gems that might be important. Diamonds, emeralds, rubies. Bloodstones, no. Peridot, no. I think we're good. Boom. You may have that garbage. And I don't want... Well, we'll hold on to this because you never know when someone back home might need it. But no one's going to need that star knife, I can guarantee that. Or that Dwarven Urgosh. Or that Dart +1. No one wants to change shirt or Scamming Up +1. We got better stuff than that already. And let's sell off our masterwork stuff. And I feel pretty good about... Ooh, I got a wrist. Ooh, and you can have the Tartuccio ring. Give a rat's ass about that. Hey, that's a whole whopping $25. Thank you, Tartuccio. So we did that. What do we have for sale? Ring of Protections. Cloak of Resistances. Another Wand of Acid Arrow. Different kinds, by the way. Caster level 3, 12 charges. Caster level 3, 21 charges. Potions of Heroism. Remember, our ragtag team will include our alchemists, so heroism potions will last very long times. That might be worth picking up, quite frankly. It's quite a big chunk of change, but it's better to have than not. I'm going to grab that Cloak of Resistance +2, and I'm going to find someone that has a +1 and chuck their piece of shit. Aha! There you go. Thank you, bro. Alright, give me my cloak. Yeah, I'm pretty. Ooh, and it's green. Nice. So, that ends that quest. And I'll prove to myself. Guiding Beacon. Yep. Nice. Can we get a level up on that? No. Oh, we're doing a level up. She leveled up already. I'm surprisingly close. So it's Harem. 2 losses, close enough. She's a ways away. He just leveled up. Okay. Not bad, not bad. Alright. Come on, team. We're getting out of here. Now, I could make him an advisor. I want to look up on it. The type of advisors that you pick can piss off the other advisors, and they will leave you. And I don't want to have people leave me if I'm bringing in a bully. Remember, he likes to torture trolls. It's not that I'm too concerned. It's just one of those things where I'd rather not have to worry about it, so to speak. So I want to look it up to make sure that he'll make a good advisor. If not, then I won't bother. I'll just keep him on the payroll some other way. I think it's time to go. Now, where are we going from here? Back to base, I guess? Yeah, we need to go talk to the mom. Matter of fact, on that quest. Swamp Bouquet. Mud Bowl. Where's the kid? What was it called? Lost Child. There we go. Have talked to her in the Capital Tavern. Okay, so we need to go back to the Capital anyway. So let's just do that thing. I feel like I'm missing something. I still feel like I'm missing something. I don't know what it is. But we will find out. We need to hit that old mesa up here too. Enter. Let's go to the throne room first. Wonder why they let you highlight these things. Seems weird. I guess that's just to remind you of the stuff that you've built. I have... oh, there it is. Here, Piers, right there. Yay, Piers. I'm going to go to the tavern first, because we want to talk to that mom. I don't want to get off track. I have that problem. Not that you guys have noticed. But yeah, I really don't want to have to deal with that mess. So let's take care of that now. As far as talking to her, she is here. That's Jenna. Paid a visit to the witch. Your son isn't there. How can that be? And I thought, but if it wasn't her, then that means that the peasant woman's face turns pale and she covers her mouth with both hands. Calm down, Jenna. Tell me, what did you hide from me? My boy, Jenna sobs. He's such a little mischief maker. That day he was especially loud, kept running around the house. He flipped a tub of dough, and oh God, what have I done? I lost my temper and I shouted at him. I told him he can go drown himself in Candlemere Lake, his own mother, wishing he was dead. But how could I have known it would all come true? You find him, I beg you. Tell him I love him more than life itself. Never, never again shall I say anything mean to him. Just bring him back home safe and sound. I need to go. Okay. So, that's that quest.
Path is clear.
And what do we say? Mommy Dearest confessed that she couldn't have blamed the witch. The real story is that she got angry and shouted at the boy, demanding he leave. So he did, so irresponsible. The neglectful mother recalls saying she wished he'd go drown in Candlemere Lake. We have no better lead, so we may as well start looking there. And that place sucks. Mommy Dearest, by the way, I made a comment about this earlier. Mommy Dearest, for those of you that don't know, is a reference to a very, very, very bad movie. I want to say it was not just a movie. I want to say it was a made-for-TV movie. It was about a woman who was abusive to her children, and the kids, every time she had them under her thumb, and the kids would always say things like, "Yes, Mommy Dearest." It was just the creepiest movie ever. So someone that saw Mommy Dearest earlier today, I was laughing my ass off. Okay, let's go over here, pick up our stuff. Ooh. Helmet pieces. Oh, we may have enough for that helmet. Yeah. Let's grab all that. And I wanted to read that recipe for fish on a stick, butter, trout, and edible moss. Yum, yum. And before we get crazy here, let's look at our people. Did anyone else level up? Doesn't appear to be. We'll need to go through their gear. I'll do that off camera. But I'll make sure that everybody's happy with what they got. Hiram, he's got a wisdom. Charisma, who's charisma? Oh, Lindsay the Bard. Oh, she's already... Oh, she's got the intelligence one. She don't need that. She needs charisma. The intelligence one can go to... Trivia, you big old smarty pants. That's more spells a day. Also, Grace's armor +3 for her. She definitely needed some loving. And I don't mind upgrading her just the tiniest bit more with a light crossbow. Just because we can get rid of some of this garbage stuff and upgrade the team. Notice that we got a flail. He's rocking good armor right now with his chain shirt +1. She's fine. She's not fine. She can rock. Ooh. 7-3, 8-2. Boom. She got herself some chainmail +2. Nice. That's the emerald I keep telling you about. Stuff that you want to keep. Soot blackened brand. Oh, that's the other piece of the thing I was missing, I think. Nice. Oh, there's the apron. Yeah, I got it all. Oh, Beth. And I think I might have all of these. Restavik stuff. If not, I think I'm missing one thing. Matter of fact, I know I'm missing one thing, and I know where to get it. But we can do one of them. So let's go do one of them. First off, and that's before we do the sit down and talk to the people. I want to get this out of the way in case we get level ups. Brought some relics. Got 4 grand from Torex pendants, 1,200 from the grads. The belongings of brave heroes who perform their feats here before you. I sense you would be interested in hearing their story, but there's too many of them. Find all 5. Now here's something truly impressive. These items once belonged to a dwarven smith. Here we go, guys. And they wish to tell us their story. I hear the booming strokes of a hammer, the sizzling sparks and roaring flame of the forge. The anvil, it sings. The air is so fresh, it is like I am back home in the woods of my motherland. I can feel a soft breeze through my hair. The storyteller takes a deep breath and laughs. Some of the 5 items are still missing, though. Eldritch... Oh. Boo. Oh, I would be happy to trade the whole set of items. Okay, we do have them. Can you hear it calling to us? Let us hurry. Tell me the story of the singing animal. And 10 grand. And 1125 XP. We lost the soot blackened apron, the brand, the gloves, the hammer, and the tongs. That's 5 pieces. I see the flames of the forge. It is so close I can touch it. The heat sears my face, and the sparks sting my cheeks. But there is no fear in my soul, only admiration and reverence for the work of an artist. The storyteller seems to be in some sort of trance. His unseeing eyes reflect the flames of a forge that burned out long ago. I am Kolgun, an apprentice of the great Zareth, the first smith of Bronze Shield Fortress, and I am fascinated by the work of a true master. The smith's hammer is raised in the air, the forge bellows roar, the sparks sizzle, and rhythmic ringing fills the room. The anvil, called the Searing Palm, replies with a happy, booming voice. This music, this song warms my being. I feel a tear of joy run down my cheek and hastily wipe it away, for it is proof of my weakness. The tongs in my hands are covered with soot. I help the master all I can, but I am not allowed to raise my own hammer over the anvil. Master Zareth protects his anvil zealously and won't let anyone else near it. It usually offends me, but not now. Now my heart follows the ringing beat of a fiery song. What makes this anvil so special? Is it enchanted? The anvil was created by Ordleif Langbuck herself in ancient times, when the dwarves, full of hope and inspiration, built fortresses along the Shield Road. Ordleif gave this anvil her voice and named it the Searing Palm. Ever since, the anvil sings hymns in praise of the sublime crafting skill of its great mother creator. Why won't Master Zareth let you work the anvil? He says I'm not worthy. He says I have no talent, no spark of creation in my soul. The storyteller's lips curl with contempt. He says that all I can do is copy the work of others. What are you making? I can't see. I don't know. I don't care. The storyteller shrugs and frowns. This is my master's work, but not mine. It doesn't bother me. Please continue. All I hear is silence. Bronze Shield Fortress is sound asleep. Save for the blinking of the signal bonfires, no one knows of the blasphemy about to be committed in the heart of the fortress. The storyteller chokes down a lump in his throat. I push open the door of a smithy. I fear the door's squeal of protest will wake everyone, but silence quickly returns. I take a step inside. I stoke the fire and don my soot-smeared apron. Long have I dreamt of the anvil. It calls to me. Its alluring voice captivates me. Its ring is full of promise. Tonight I will work the anvil myself. Tonight I'll become a creator. And Master Zareth, upon seeing my work, will be forced to accept me as his equal. The fire rises to the ceiling, and I raise my hammer to make the first stroke. Something's wrong. When did I make a mistake? The storyteller's face collapses. The anvil, it won't sing. It moans under my hammer. Instead of sweet music, I hear cries of pain, begging me to stop. I clench my teeth and strike again, and again, and again. I will make it work. It will sing for me, even if I must torture it to do so. The moans of the anvil become a monotonous rumble, but I can't stop. The smithy door swings open, and Master Zareth stands before me, disheveled and furious. He screams curses at me, but I can't hear them. The metal of my work crumbles under my hammer, but I can't see it. My eyes are blinded by tears. The storyteller shakes his head to clear it of the visions, a weary smile on his face. Well, that is it. What happened to the anvil after that? It lost its voice. Bronze Shield Fortress never again heard it sing. The storyteller sighs. It was still functional, and the weapons made on it were durable, but nothing more. No master ever managed to craft a masterpiece there again. The dwarven weapons gradually lost their enchantments, and defending against local dangers became increasingly difficult. I suppose Kolgun's desecration was a strong contributor to the dwarves' eventual abandonment of the fortress. But what happened to you? To Kolgun? He left, hung his apron on the hook, tossed away his hammer and tongs, and left Bronze Shield Fortress. Deep in his heart, Kolgun knew that Master Zareth was right all along. Kolgun's hammer would never create a masterpiece. Hard work is a poor substitute for inspired talent. Kolgun turned his eyes to Droskar. The god of the Dark Dwarves accepted this new follower. The Dwerger gave Kolgun shelter and provided him with unceasing, tiresome work that required no talent, just endless routine. He crafted weapons for the Dwarger army, and nobody expected masterpieces of him. He soon forgot all about the Searing Palm, Master Zareth, and the blasphemy he had committed. And it seems to me that there, in the dark tunnels serving Droskar, Kolgun finally found happiness. Thank you for the story, storyteller. Right on, dude. Your stories are amazing. You make it sound as though you're actually there in the moment. Storytelling nods. I gained this gift after I lost my eyes. When I touch relics, I can feel the thoughts and emotions of those who previously owned them. If the emotions are strong enough, I can even see the events that left those impressions. Alright. Thanks, dude. We got loot.
The path.
Epic loot. Alright, let's do a quick save. And we're going to talk to the town, find out what we need to get done. Come on, town. Triumph! I like seeing that. Communita. Plus 1 BP a week. Alright, now notice we have more events. Okay, here's our events. Opportunity, 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 and a problem. So the problem is the one that must be resolved. Notice we're at the 17th day of the 8th month. So if we want to do this, we have time. It takes 10 days to solve. So if we started now, we'd be done by the 27th. That's fine. Even if we started this on the 30th, we'd still be fine because it'd be before the start of the first day of the 9th month. That's all we have to do. Okay? So we can put someone on there now, or we can wait. Why would we want to wait? Well, look at all the progress we got. We got a region to claim. That's the South Nile Marches. Notice we ain't got the BP for it. We can purchase a bunch now. Let's actually just say, what, 200? Whoa. Oh, that's how much I can afford. I don't want 300 though. I want 200. Like that. Was I in the hole? Or did it not update it right? Oh, there it is. Not say, what the hell? We're actually close enough that we can actually buy this thing. 400. We need 400, so we need another 21 more, and then some. We want to make sure that we have a positive. So I can buy another 100. It costs most of my money. I can't say as I care, and it would open up the Gnarl Marches, South Gnarl Marches to our kingdom. I don't know if that gives us anything per se, so I might want to hold off on that. Other stuff though is we have training. For instance, we have Jaethal that can be trained. Octavia needs training, and all this requires BP. Ragongar, Harem, Tristian, Amiri, and back to Jaethal again. I don't really care about those guys. The curses, we don't even have an advisor for this position. See, that's what's missing over here. But we also have 2 other curses we could be working on. The curse of Davik Nettle, excuse me. Davik, this was the spear guy. Remember, he was the one that was tortured. His chapter 1, he was the one that gave us the magic spear for taking out the Stag Lord. That's this one, 45 days, and that's a big investment to put someone on it in the middle of the month. What happens if by the end of the month we get a problem that arises that only Harem can solve, and he has to do it by the 1st of the month, or at least start it by the 1st of the month? See my problem. So I could do this one now. What's the other one? The Bald Hilltop, 60 days, and again wants Harem. I would probably be better off doing him on the small one, 45 days. And 45 days would put that at what? 40, 50, 62. So it would literally be not only this month wasted, but next month, the whole month wasted, and that's a bad idea. So we'll have to do something like this at the start of the month. Training economy, 15 days to resolve. Now that's too long, because again, what happens if by the end of the month a problem arises that only Jubilos can handle? So we're going to have to pass on that. Sertova, oh Jesus, you see how much that one costs? Whoa, 5 BP per week though, 2 BP for each town, 1 BP for each village. So you get a constant stream of money for trading with these people, but you got to really fork over some cash. I don't know how you even do that. What is that times 80? So that 15,000, 80,000, 120,000 gold pieces worth of BP right there. We're talking about, dudes. That's a lot. This is the other one. Braver Joseph. He will give us 500 BP in financial assistance in exchange for our promise to work exclusively with rest-off builders. This one worries me. And the money would be nice. Pillage the temple. Rebuild the temple. Trade. This is the one I want to do, but I don't think we're going to do it. Rank up. Now these are the ones that it takes 14 days, and it'll burn 14 days on the clock. As soon as you click someone in here and say start project, you'll see 14 days just flying by. So you better have saved ahead of time to make sure that you can scum save some stuff. But if anything, like I said, shows up before the end of the month that's a problem that needs to be solved by the beginning of the next month, this is where we got problems. So these are the ones that I'm definitely not doing, okay? We would love to do them, especially the treasure one, but we're going to have to wait on that. From here, definitely want to get someone on the problem one. And have Castle do it. He has a 55% chance. He's not great, but it's better than nothing. What else we got? Event of the month. Wait, how many days does it take to solve this? 10 days. So we could have this one done before the end of the month. Okay, so this is okay. Divine on success or triumph. That's nice. And he has a 70% chance before we commit him to that. What other ones did we have here? Troubled Lands. That's not him. We can do Tristan on that one. And this one here, we could do Jubilost on this one. 61. Start event. Start event. Start event. We want opportunities and definitely problem solved ASAP. And again, the only real problem we have right now is Jubilost takes 14 days. So that'd be 2031, which is probably not 31 days in this month. So it'll be the first of the month before we can pick up Juby again. Same with this guy, 17 days. If we need him before the first, we're screwed. But if anything else shows up where like Harem, this guy, or Octavia shows up, and she's available, which obviously she wouldn't be here, but if she was available, then we could put her on it. So again, we want to find stuff that she might be able to do in the amount of time that we have. So training, probably. Obviously, she can't do her own training. Gungars, no. Tristans, she can do Tristans, and it only costs 35 BP. 7 days to do it, that's the 24th. So we're fine putting her on that. I'm cool with that. Okay, now let's actually, since we have some money and some BP purchase, let's actually take a look at our maps and see what Trade Guard might still need. Enter. So, we need to start building these things a little bit faster. Build, these are how many spots we've taken. 1, 2, 3 of the 10. Now notice the 10 includes these 8 and these 2, not counting this or the wall. Okay, so these don't count as spots, so to speak. But they are still useful, and as such, we're going to use them. Here's piers. We definitely want piers there, and it gives us more economy, so more money. So if you look at your stats, you can see we're not really raking in lots of dough at this town, but that'll go a long way of helping us. Loyalty's okay, economy's okay, and culture's lame, but that's about it. So that's all we really have. So what we need, we got Bakken would benefit from being next to a tavern or a longhouse. Okay, what about, well, we got a tavern here, so a longhouse could go here or here. Obviously here would be better. Why do I say here would be better? Lots of things interact with the longhouse. So like so, then I have 3 more spare spots that can interact with the longhouse. They have to be directly touching it, right? So here's one that's touching it, then something will put it over here, and something will put it over here. What can happen with a tavern? Next to a longhouse, which it is not, or to a barracks, which it is not. And I don't have a barracks here yet. Now what about a barracks? +1 stability when adjacent to a longhouse. So now you see where a perfect spot for your barracks would go, right? Now yes, that's burning up quite a bit of our money, and I'm okay stopping there at that point. That's a decent amount of building to have done, and it'll tell you how many days it takes. 10 days, 10 days, 7 days. So before the end of the month, all those will be up and running. And we'll get a decent amount of stuff, community, divine, and culture from just the longhouse. We'll get military just from the barracks. We'll get economy just from the piers. And, oh wait, let's build a lumberyard too. Notice how it says, warehouses and workshops for docking ships and handling cargo passengers can only be built in a water slot. Affects lumberyards. Let's take a look at lumberyard. I was hoping that would be a right-click option to look at it. The mill, +1 economy. Needed for construction, +1 relations when located in a settlement with piers, which we're going to have. That's this thing here. What about else? Sarium cannot be built, settlement, housing, and lumberyard. Now I can build this. Now the question is where to build it. Well, so far, the tavern can only be built and benefit from being built next to a longhouse, which is here, which we're not making another one, or a barracks. So it already has the barracks, so we could technically put the lumberyard here and not feel bad about it. But here's Bakken, tavern or longhouse, he has both his buffs. So again, there's nothing else that can go here that I know of that will affect this. We could check to see if the brewery has to be next to a tavern. Windmill, +1 stability when located in a settlement with a tavern, not next to. So that can be put anywhere. Okay. Granary affects windmill, which we don't have. Notice that it's not giving us the option. Because there's a windmill has to be built separately. It has to be in its own separate square, not touching anything, not even these guys. So we can't make a windmill here. That's okay. Same with the watchtower, by the way. Smithy. Next to a shop. Affects artisan shop, artisan studio, workshop, brewery, luxury store, shop. Okay, let's take a look at a shop. Shop next to a tavern. Okay, so we can have a shop here. Affects forge and smith. So smithy. Next to a shop. Okay, I almost want those there. What's a dance hall? No. Okay, so it looks like our lumber yard should go right here. Let's take a quick look at this though, just to make sure there's not something else we want. Affects shops. No, it doesn't. What does the longhouse affects? Affects artisan shops, artisan studio, artisan workshops, barracks, citadel, which we don't have, garrison, inn, tavern. Those sounds like upgraded versions of stuff that we're making. Temples. You have no temple. Oh, here's a shrine. Can be upgraded to temple. Okay. Well, adjacent to a tavern, though. We'd rather have the shop next to here. Boo. Too bad. Okay. Yeah, I think I want that lumber yard. I mean, I can still build over here, but this seems like it's something special should go here. And I know that's probably the worst idea ever, but I really feel like we're missing something that could go there and be awesome. So I am going to put that lumber yard, I'm going to put it right there. And that's the last thing I'm going to spend on. I feel bad about spending that much, quite frankly. But that'll give us plenty to build while we're away. Our main base, or our main hometown, whatever, is already awesome. And it has everything in it. Or every square being used, I should say. So, not that we can't upgrade stuff later or get to a better town. I'm just saying that we are kind of limiting ourselves. I want to see if he'll make that helmet. I feel like the helmet's ready. You have to talk to him in just the right way sometimes. Found shards of an ancient artifact. Can you restore it for me at the anvil? May I? 7 fragments, double necklace of double crosses. Don't have all that. Oh, we found all the shards of the Trailblazer's helm. That's what I'm talking about. These shards, they were once part of the Forest Knight's bracers. Only got a few of those. Found something truly ancient in this. These are scraps of the armor of blah blah blah. 16 fragments. Holy shit. Star Commander's glove. Forge the Trailblazer's helm for me. Storyteller reverently takes the shards. Thank you, he whispers. This will be one of my finest works. A small remnant of my gift will reside in this helmet, so you may recall its legend on your own. Boom. Taking all them, we got the Trailblazer helm. Let's look at that piece of awesomeness. Info. Holy shit. This helm was forged 5 centuries ago by the legendary dwarven smith Ordleaf. She crafted it for her husband, Jarvan, the Linebuck patriarch, before the clan forever left their homeland in the 5 Kings Mountains and traveled north to establish a new trade route in the River Kingdoms. These troubled lands proved to be full of dangers, especially the territory known today as the Stolen Lands, where the dwarves encountered their sworn enemies, giants, a tribe of hill giants led by a stone giant called Dogger. The Earthraker ran rampant in the area where the dwarves were building their citadel, Bronze Shield Fortress. The giants would appear out of nowhere, throw large boulders at the doors, and disappear before reinforcements could arrive. Infuriated, Jarvan called a hunt for Dogger, and, unfortunately for him, was successful. On a frosty winter morning, a small patrol of dwarves, led by Jarvan himself, encountered the giant's main force. The dwarven trumpeter barely had time to reach for the horn before being crushed by a thrown boulder. Realizing his chances were slim, Jarvan charged Dogger, hoping for an honest one-on-one fight. His enchanted helm protected him, deflecting all of the flying stones, but once the two adversaries clashed in close combat, Dagger grabbed Jarvan and hurled him against the nearest cliff. Oof. Dwarven Patriarch was dead before he hit the ground. The moment he died, his helm shattered to pieces with a thunderous clang that echoed for miles. Ordleaf gathered the dwarven forces and hurried to the battlefield. In a great battle, the tribe of giants was destroyed, and the body of Jarvan was returned to the fortress for burial. The dwarves were able to find several shards of the helm, which they kept as relics, but many shards were lost. No one ever managed to collect all the shards and reforge the artifact until now. This helmet gives its wearer DR2/dash against ranged attacks, 10/dash against falling and thrown rocks, and the ability to cast Good Hope and Crushing Despair spells once per day. It also gives a +3 dodge bonus to AC and +3 insight bonus to saving throws against the enemies of the giant and goblinoid subtypes. Holy hell, that sounds awesome. That's going on Val. Come here, you. Here's your bowl cut. You're awesome. That's sweet. I actually needed to distribute some more of this gear. Let's give her the Frost Great Sword. Yeah. Massive longsword. Screw that noise. We have a keen longsword. No, you know what? I take that back. Lindsay, you can use that one. She comes with us all the time. I'd rather she have the better version. Matter of fact, get rid of that too, hon. We're gonna get you something better later. You. Back on you. We want to give you the longsword +1. Just so you have a magic weapon if we swing you off to a shield. He's garbage. Jesus. He's got nothing going on for him. That's fine. I want to go back to you. Go back into town. I'm going to drop all this stuff off. I'm missing 4 of the 5 pieces for this. And I know where that other piece is, so we'll probably do that on the next video. So let's drop this stuff off and do a hard save here. It's been an hour and a half about for this video, and I'm fine with that just being an hour and a half video. We'll sell off some gear. And 1, 2, 3, 4. Find that other piece, I'll be happy. I don't know if I need to keep the Heart of the Anvil with me, but I know if I keep the Emerald with me, they'll try to sell it. So I'm going to pass on that. I'm going to sell off this gear here. I'll do a quick check to make sure there's not someone that can need it. Oh, journals, commander's journals, Patholog's diary, letter, merchant's letter, journal, just to lighten my load a little bit. And, parts, 1, 2, and 3, we'll need that later. I'll probably keep that demolisher. Actually, let's go sell real quick and then we'll call it quits, guys. I want to sell off that plate before I forget. We have really good plate meal. It's a damn shame that I can't use it yet, and I'm not going to use it later because it's going to, by the time we get around to being able to use it, I'll have better gear than that. If I was going to have a paladin on the team, though, holy hell, this could be amazing. That's the one that's the +2 to wisdom, +2 to charisma if memory serves. So it's a solid little buff just from wearing the armor, and it allows them to do smite evil like twice more a day. That's a big boon. But Hassif wants to buy our goods. Hey Hassif, you want that? How about this? You want one of those? Offer him some junk. Sounds good. Thank you, sir. Now we're flush with cash again. Not that flush. That's a really nice rapier. I have a +1 version of this already, so it's not that amazing. Yeah, I think that's about all I wanted to do here. Let's do it once more around the journal just to make sure there's not something I'm missing. We've talked to the mommy dearest, and we need the stolen lands. We have to go back there, prove our worth. Not doing it anytime soon. We still got to do that sorrowful thing. All servants and annexation. We got time to scout around. Mushrooms and swamp bank. We may want to hit the mud bowl / go back to the witches area in the next episode. Let's get over here by the door so we know that we're leaving. And I will say goodnight. My name's Brothermutant. Please like, subscribe, comment down below. Tell me what you guys think. So far, we're doing pretty good. Matter of fact, character-wise, for everybody, we're doing pretty darn well for ourselves. We're going to take the original team now. Maybe Val will come with us just so we have a front runner. She's pretty good anyway, and I like having that armor on her now. Assuming the helmet we just gave her. Tristan's getting close too. That's a shame. She's ready to ding though, so we definitely want to bring her back out. And he's my front runner with Val up front. Obviously, we'd love to have Jaethal out there, but someone's going to have to sit home so Val can take their place. But with that, my name's Brothermutant. Please like, subscribe, comment down below. Tell me what you guys think. I'll see you guys soon. Bye now.